Hello and welcome to the first ever Auto Rocket is Broke podcast. Kind of sat here and trying to figure out how I can get my bank account up. Figured podcasting, I do it a lot over in the SHL, so I figured I'd bring my podcasting abilities over to the SSL. I've already brought over my commentating abilities, so I figured this would be the next right step. Easy way to make some money, have some fun, talk about my experience so far, introduce myself to those that don't know, and anybody that really wants to listen. So, for those that don't know, my name is Patrick. I go on the site by PRail07. Discord, I'm just Patrick in almost every single channel. I joined the SSL in December 14th to be exact. I was a really late join. I'm so used to how the SHL works that I thought that I was joining after trade deadline and I'd just kind of wait for the season to end and then go through the academy. But no, I played 2 games in the academy and went straight into the draft. Ended up getting drafted, I think, 9th overall to the Levy side / Rova organization, which I'm beyond excited about. I've been so welcomed by everybody in Levy side and Rova. Some really great people over there. G Hams from SHL has been great at welcoming me. Crunk is always there to answer any of my questions. They also kind of help talk me into doing the file work for the SSL. So I've been doing that for a couple weeks. And then I joined up on the commentating side. I actually commentated 2 match days last week and really enjoyed it. We'll be commentating 2 more match days coming up this week. So if you're listening to this when it comes out, I'll be commentating on Tuesday, Wednesday. So tune in for those. Let me know if there's anything I need to do to get better at commentating. I know I've struggled with it. I'll talk about it a little bit more when we get into that portion of it. But overall, I've been so welcomed into the SSL. I love soccer, aka football. It's been, I don't know, probably about 6 years since I really got into it. I haven't been able to find a European team that I'm like stuck on. I kind of follow some of the underdogs and really enjoy some of those stories that go with those. But over in the U.S., I'm a Columbus Crew fan. Went to a ton of their games, was in on a lot of their cup run games. So really have dove into being a Crew fan and really enjoying it. Outside of that, I'm a Blue Jackets fan. I'm a Marshall fan, if you know Marshall University, and I'm a Cubs fan. So that's where a lot of my fandom lies. I came over from the SHL. I'm not to talk about the SHL a whole lot in the podcast, but to give you an idea, I am the GM of the Kelowna Knights over in the SHL. I'm a simmer over there. I run the J Tonight broadcast. I run the Holderby Hangout podcast, along with many other. I'm a co-broadcast head, I believe. Do commentating, simming, everything over there. So was looking for a second avenue that I could be kind of a secondary player, not a full-fledged, but I've jumped into it both feet like I do everything. So here I am. My bank account balance, if you want to know, is at $275,000. Over in the SHL, my bank account is over 200 million. So I'm slumming it over here. Like I said, I enjoy doing podcasts. I enjoy talking about a bunch of different things. I like to make the podcast fun. I try to stick on topic as much as possible. But I just kind of sat around and went, look, I have an hour to waste. Hopefully, other people want to listen to me ramble for an hour. It's just me, unfortunately. So it's going to be a little bit awkward. If you're ever looking for somebody to podcast with, you want to get into podcasting, I have a lot of the equipment to do it, programs and stuff. So if you're looking to do it, just reach out to me. I'd love to do it. I love podcasting. I love really just kind of talking with people. That's always been my favorite thing. As you see, my render is Otto Rocket. My name is Otto Rocket as a player. I grew up in the 90s. I loved Rocket Power as a TV show. I actually even have a Rocket Power shirt that has all of them on it. And when I was creating my player, I was like, you know what? I want to have fun with it. I want to create something that kind of brings back my childhood memories, which Rocket Power was. And if anybody in a cartoon was going to be a soccer player or an extreme athlete, it was going to be Otto Rocket from Rocket Power. And you can kind of see the render up on the screen in his Rova jersey. I am a sub on Rova, so I play halves, which makes sense because I'm kind of a low-earning player at this moment. I'm trying to boost that up, so looking to get into that. And, I don't know how long this podcast will go series-wise, because once the season's over, I'll have job pay coming in, and that's kind of going to build up that bank account a little bit more, so I won't need it as much. But if you guys enjoy it, you want me to do more, please let me know, and I'll absolutely do it. Before I get way into it, I want to thank everybody that has welcomed me in the league. I want to thank, like I said, Crunk. They've been such a great kind of mentor in different jobs, helping me get there. I want to thank Candace, the commissioner. They're always there to answer my questions, and I greatly appreciate it, because sometimes I have a lot of questions when I'm trying to do a job. Summer Stood over on the commentary side, did 2 matches with them. They are such a great commentating. If you see them on the lineup, tune in. They are such a solid person to learn underneath, commentating wise. So also want to thank BV for always making me feel welcomed. They do a great job with it. And like I already kind of shouted out the Leafsy side portion of it. So without any further ado, let's get into kind of where we're at in the league. So I'm going to put up on the screen the cup games. So we just finished the round of 16 cup. Those games, we're going to go kind of one by one, kind of look at them. If we're able to. I don't know if we are. I was kind of hoping we would be able to. Here we go. No, that's just going to click on the organization. Part of this podcast is going to be me kind of trying to figure out how to do things. So, unfortunately, that's how it's going to kind of go for a second. But I'm going to run down it. FC Kapstad opened up the round of 16 for us over CF Cataluna. They won that game 3-1. I actually commentated on that game. Kapstad played a really great game. Got 2 second-half goals, I believe, to win that game and move on to the round of 8. The next game we commentated on was AS Paris taking on AC Romana. That was a really back and forth game. I think Paris jumped out to a 2-0 lead. We were commentating on it. And then Kapstad kind of closed the lead, but that second goal just wasn't in time. So they ran out of time, ended up losing 3-2. AS Paris moved on to the round of 8. You'll also hear me butcher a bunch of teams' names, and I'm sorry for that. I'm still trying to kind of get better at it. It's really hard, but we the third game we commentating was CD Technicolor taking on Hollywood FC. Hollywood FC is easy to say for me. Technicolor is not, but they won 2-1, and that one went into extra time. I remember that game very fully because Hollywood FC had the majority of the chances in the first two halves. All the way through full time, they seemed like they were the more dominant team. They just could never score the go-ahead goal. And then when extra time happened, CD Technicolor just absolutely took over and got an early. I think they got an early first half of extra time goal, and that was it. They controlled play for the rest of the extra time and absolutely ran away with it. I think heading in, if I'm not mistaken, heading into extra time, Hollywood FC had like a 55 to 60% possession advantage, and that completely evened out in extra time. And I think the XG was in favor of Hollywood all the way through until extra time, and then CDT just absolutely took over on that side of it too. So it was really a tale of two games. The first game being the regular time, the second game being extra time, really kind of changing that. The next game we commentated on was Xula Cosmico FC taking on Athena FC. Atheni FC. It was a good match. I remember Cosmico kind of just being a lot more dominant in the middle of that game. But it was a back and forth game. The 4-2 scoreline, I think, flattered Cosmico a little bit more than it should. I know XG wasn't in their favor as much. But they really took advantage of every chance they got. Athenon just kind of struggled getting good shots out of their good chances. Moving on, Shanghai took on Masquez Sacras, AF Masquez Sacras, and beat them 5-1. It was a complete dominant game by Shanghai. Just absolutely outclassing them every inch of the way. Really not much to talk about in that game. But it's what you would expect from the major league Division 1 leader taking on a minor team. And it showed there. And then Leafy side, I didn't get to commentate on this one. This was the Saturday set of games. Leafy side took on Reykjavik United and beat them 5-1. I can't really talk too much on it. It was just an all-around great game by Leafy side. For it being one of the big blowouts is kind of shocking because it was two major Division 1 teams taking on each other. And Leafy side absolutely ran them out of the building. After that, Union Sao Paulo took on Krugthup FC. Union took that one 2-1. And it's also kind of the same thing. It's what you expect from a major Division 1 team taking on a minor Division 1 team. But you'd expect the scoreline to be a little bit better than that. But it wasn't. So it's whatever you're going to do. And then the biggest score differential of the round of 16 goes to CA Buenos Aires. They defeated Montreal United 6-0 to wrap up that round of 16. Again, a major league team, a decent one. They're in Division 2 in Buenos Aires, dominating a minor team who Montreal's kind of struggled in Division 1 of the minor. It's kind of what you expect, in all honesty. So, but huge shout out to CA Buenos Aires for absolutely having that dominant score line. I'm kind of scrolling through. You can see the qualifying round scores and where each team. So that left us with 8 teams remaining in the round of 8. Obviously, that's why it's named that. And so the matchups. San Paulo is going to be taking on Buenos Aires. Paris will be taking on CD Technicolin. Capstad will be taking on Cosmico FC. Leafy Side will be taking on Shanghai Dragons. Kind of going down through that. Kind of match predictions. For those, I'll kind of do those. It means absolutely nothing, you guys. Don't bet on what I'm saying is going to happen on a match because I'm still trying to get my feet set in this league. So if I predict something, don't come at me going, "Oh, you were wrong." Yeah, I probably was, and I'm okay with it. So starting off with Sao Paulo taking on Buenos Aires. I'm going to lean to Sao Paulo. I think Sao Paulo will take that game. I think it's going to be a very close game, very back and forth game. We're probably going to be looking at a final score of either 2-1 or 3-2. AS Paris taking on CD Technicolin. AS Paris taking on CD Technicolin. I see no reason why CDT will not continue their run of what they're doing. They've been very clinical in the games that I've seen them play over the last 2 commentating times. So I lean for them to win it. I think it's going to be more of a 3-1 score line, maybe a 2-1 that they jump out to a quick 2-0 lead, and then a late goal kind of comes in for Paris. Going over into the next one of Capstad taking on Zelaju Cosmico. I think Capstad's run may come to an end here. I think it's going to be a really, really close game, a really well fought game. We can't forget Capstad is leading Minor Division 1 right now, and they've looked amazing. They are undefeated. On the other side, Cosmico is also undefeated. They're leading Major Division 2. So I'll look for that to be probably a very close game. And will lead to Cosmico FC taking the win. It's probably going to be a very close game. May need extra time, but I'm going to lean towards 2-1 in that game as well. Moving on to the last matchup, Leafy Side Celtic FC taking on Shanghai Dragons. Matchup of 2 major Division 1 teams, both of them at the top of the standings. But Shanghai has had such a great season thus far that I think that they're going to continue it. As much as it makes me hurt, I will be cheering on Leafy Side. So I'm going to say Leafy Side in an upset, 3-2 special. Leafy Side takes it to move on to the Final Four of the SSL Cup. So that wraps up the SSL Cup. On that side, I am going to pull up my player real quick. I want to go over their statistics. We've been able to play. We've played in 5 matches. Like I said, I am a sub for Rova, so I'm averaging 45 minutes per game. I have not scored my first goal. I've not got an assist. I don't even think I got an assist in academy. So I'm still looking for my first impact on a goal in my career. But I'm still a young player, so I'm not kind of ranking that up. Um, Rova has kind of been a little bit rough here. We are 1-3 in league play. We beat Montreal 1-0. Lost to Capstad or Krugthup 1-3. Lost to AS Paris 0-3 and lost to FC Capstad 0-2. My average game rating is hovering above 6.4 right now. My passing has been okay, hovering around over 75% in every game that I've played. Haven't had much chances at headers or anything like that, but I've played a total of 225 minutes, average rating of 6.44. I've ran 31 kilometers. I have a 0.12 XG, no shots on target, one shot total, 52 out of 63 successful passes, 2 key passes, 1 successful cross out of 7, 1 successful header out of 13, 2 tackles, 1 out of 4, 3 interceptions, 1 clearance, 3 fouls, 1 offsides, 2 blocks, 2 open key passes, 1 successful open play cross attempted out of 7, or 1 successful open play cross out of 7. Yeah. So still building that player. I'll show you my attributes right now, kind of where I'm building at. Got all my acceleration and stuff up. Kind of working on a couple other things. I have 6 TPE. That's why this podcast is so massive. Is I need to buy my training. So that's what I'm looking to do. Let's go back home on the portal. And let's go into standings. We kind of talked about this a little bit. Over on the Major League Division 1 side, you have Shanghai Dragons leading the way. 4 games played, 3-1 record, 11 goals for, 3 goals against, with an 8-goal differential, sitting with 10 points. Leafy Side FC sitting in second with 4 games played, a 2-1-1 record, 9 goals against, 9 goals for, 8 goals against, 1 goal differential, 7 points. Hollywood FC right behind them, 4 games played, 2 wins, 2 losses, 11 goals for, 8 goals against, plus 3 goal differential, 6 points. Union Sao Paulo, 4 games played, 2 wins, 2 losses, 3 goals for, 5 goals against, -2 goal differential, sitting tied with Hollywood FC, but sitting fourth because of goal differential. CD Tecnocatlan, 4 games played, 1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses, 5 goals for, 8 goals against, -3 goal differential, 4 points. And then Reykjavik United, no wins out of 4 games played, 1 draw, 3 losses, 4 goals for, 11 goals against, -7 on the goal differential, and only 1 point. So CD and Reykjavik is sitting in that relegation spot down on Major Division 2. Exuju, Cosmico FC, sitting at the top. 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 draw, 12 goals for, 4 goals against, 8 goal differential, 10 points. CF Cataluna, 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 draw, 7 goals for, 4 against, with a 3 goal differential with 10 points tied, but down 5 in the goal differential. So far, Cosmico sitting in the Otto promo spot. CA Buenos Aires, 4 games played, 2 wins, 2 losses. 2 losses, 8 goals for, 9 goals against, -1 goal differential, 6 points. AC Romana, 4 games played, 3 draws, 1 loss, 5 goals for, 6 goals against, -1 on goal differential, 3 points. Tokyo SC, 4 games played, 1 win, 3 losses, 3 goals for, 8 against, -5 on the goal differential, 3 points. And Schwarzwalder FZ, 4 games played, no wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, 3 goals for, 7 goals against, -4, and 1 point in the standings. I'll flip it over to the minor leagues. FC Kapstad leading Division 1 minor leagues with 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 draw, 11 goals for, 6 goals against, with a 5 goal differential, 10 points. AS Paris, 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 loss, 14 goals for, 4 against, with a 10 goal differential, 9 points. Krugthup FC, 4 games played, 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 8 goals for, 6 goals against, 2 goals differential, plus 2 goal differentials, 7 points. AF Mascus Sacras, 4 games played, 2 wins, 0 draws, 2 losses, 9 goals for, 10 goals against, -1 goal differential, 6 points. My team, CS Rova, struggling so far. 4 games played, 1 win, 3 losses, 2 goals for, 8 goals against, -6 goal differential, 3 points. Montreal United, 4 games played, all 4 lost, 2 goals for, 12 goals against, -10 goal differential, no points. Montreal and Rova sitting in the relegation zone of Division 1. North Shore United taking on North Shore United, 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 draw, 16 goals for, 3 goals against, 13 goal differential, 10 points. Tied with them is Rapid Magyar SC, 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 draw, 8 goals for, 1 goal against, with only a 7 goal differential. That's the difference, 10 points. Seoul MFC, 4 games played, 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss, 4 goals for, 5 against, -1 goal differential, 5 points. Inter London, 4 games played, 1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses, 7 goals for, 8 goals against, -1 on the goal differential, 4 points. Cairo City, 4 games played, 1 win, 3 losses, 6 goals for, 13 against, -7 on the goal differential, 3 points. And Athenon FC, 4 games played, 1 draw, 3 losses, 1 goal for, 12 against, -11 on the goal differential, 1 point. Also, if you're watching this and you see anywhere that I need to go for certain things, please feel free to let me know. We're going to get into the statistics for Major League for season 24. See who's leading in each area of the statistics and kind of how it's going. So outfield players, Don Patterson and Sean O'Leary, Don of CDT and Sean O'Leary of Buenos Aires, leading in goals with 3 apiece. Trick Johnson of Shanghai with 5 assists. Mick Rubin right behind him in Buenos Aires, and tied with Guco Otto 2% with 4 each. Alejandro Fakoko, 2 players of matches awarded. Orla Hughes Galloway, aka Boom, leading in distance ran with 59.7 kilometers. Ryan Kirkpatrick receiving 230 successful passes. Andres de Garan with 8 chances created. Sandros de Silva of CDT, successful tackles, 21. Sandro de Silva of CDT, with 23 interceptions. Diglett Primaris, Sterling Scott, Trick Johnson of Tokyo FC, CA Buenos Aires, and Shanghai, all with 3 yellow cards. And then Hippity Hoppity of AC Romana is one of the only outfielders with 1 red card. Coming down to keeper statistics, we're going to go clean sheets first. Shingo Takechi with 2 clean sheets of Shanghai. Duncan Walrson of Hollywood FC with 2 clean sheets as well. Dennis Mubak of Cosmico FC with 2 clean sheets. And Benicio Aguilera III of Union Sao Paulo with 2 clean sheets. Those are your clean sheet leaders. Brick wall, not being a brick wall so far this season for Reykjavik, with 11 goals conceded. Shingo Takechi of Shanghai leading in the least amount with only 3. Save percentage, Shingo Takechi with an 88 save percentage, leading the way. Switch it over to the minor leagues. Over on the minor league side, you have Alessandro De Pario of the North Shore United with 5 goals. Billy Bob of Cairo City, Gerd Close of FC Kapstad, Greg Evil of Rapid Magaria SC, my buddy Evil, Lewis Ashworth of FC Kapstad, and Zaza Banana of North Shore, all with 4, tied for second. Leading in assists is Lucas Prazzotto of FC Kapstad with 4. Dunker Sourwine of AS Paris, Dwayne Pruney of North Shore United, Eden Empire IV of AS Paris, Jalen Brooks of FC Kapstad, Nepa Paya of Inter London, Orlando Mustache Maldonado of North Shore United, Vito Havjanik of Rapid Magyar SC, and Zaza Banana of North Shore United, all with 3 assists, sitting in second. Player of matches awarded is tied to Alessandro Del Pyro of North Shore United and Gerd Kloss of FC Kapstad, both with 2 and a bunch with 1. Coming down, distance covered is a 3-way tie between Dr. Wad of Inter London, Dunkler Sauerwein of AS Paris, and Lucas Piozotto of FC Kapstad, all with a 57 even kilometers ran. Chances created, Billy Bob of Rapid Magyar SC with 8. Orlando Mustache Maldonado with 18 successful tackles. Lucas Piazzotto of FC Kapstad and Matt Stroh of Kronthup FC, both with 18 interceptions. Yellow cards, a lot with 3. Eric Bierman of Montreal United, JQ Jr., Kaspers Kalenis of CV Rova, Cairo City's Kirill Zoldik Jr., Thomas Shorte of CS Rova, and Vimonen Stitcherson of Atnan FC, all with 3 yellow cards. Franz van Grimbergen of Rapid Magyar SC with 1 red card. Coming down to the keeper stats of the minor leagues. Leading in the rating is Fiery Chicken of North Shore United with a 7.7. Most wins, Maverick Jones of FC Capstad. João Cancelo of AS Paris. James Asprey of Rapid Miger. SC Fiery Chicken of North Shore United, all with 3 wins. Clean sheets. James Asprey of Rapid Miger with 3 clean sheets leading the way. Conceded goals. Brad Wolf of Cairo City has conceded 13. Misa Kabiri of Athedana FC has conceded 12. Least amount of conceded, Hunter Jackson of Montreal United with only 1 conceded. James Asprey of Rapid Magar as well, 1 conceded. Save percentage. James Asprey of Rapid Magar is really running away with it with 93.75 save percentage. Fiery Chicken in second with an 86.36 of North Shore United as well. So yeah, we could do leaders on that as well. I could have clicked that. Then we'll go into the cup. Who's leading the way in the cup since it's both divisions? Kind of get to see something different. I know that there's been some big blowouts in the cup as well. Trust me, it is hard to do this by yourself. Kind of wears you down. Greg Evil of Rapid McGregor, Kuba Knicki of Cosmico, and Marcel Voda, all with 3 goals leading the way in the cup. I remember Marcel Voda's 2 of their goals were just absolutely insane. Bake Ruben with 4 assists of CA Buenos Aires. Man of the matches, a bunch of them tied at 1. You can kind of see that on your screen. Distance ran so far, Alexandros Mograine of Hollywood FC with 35.4 kilometers ran. Henry Fantos Beans, Alex Calderon, and Ali Dia, all right below him of Hollywood FC. Chances created, Ozzy Trent Kovacs of AS Paris with 6 chances created. Right behind him is Big Ruben of Cairo, of Buenos Aires, Gerglos of Capstad, and Guko at a 2% of Cosmico with 5. Successful tackles, Tommy Muff with 11 of FC Capstad. Interceptions, 3-way tie for 10, Alexandros Mograine of Hollywood FC, CA Buenos Aires, Frio Ekholm Gunnarsons, and Sandro De Silva of CDT, all with 10. Yellow cards, Alex Calderon of Hollywood FC with 2, and then right behind them is a bunch of people tied with 1. There was no red cards handed out in the cups thus far. Keeper leaders, Esquito Satoshi of Buenos Aires, Calvin Ball of CDT, Dennis Mobeck of Cosmico, João Cancelo of AS Paris, and Maverick Jones of FC Capstad, all with 2. Clean sheets, Esquito Satoshi of Buenos Aires with 2 clean sheets, Calvin Ball of CDT with 1 clean sheet, and Maverick Jones of Capstad with 1 clean sheet as well. Goals conceded, Fernand Rivest with 8. And watching the game, Rivest, the game of Massaceras, there's a play coming up, and he got well out of the net, trying to clear the ball. And just it was ugly. It was absolutely ugly. Some of the chat in there was questioning if he was if they were throwing the game. They weren't throwing the game. They can't control that. But nonetheless, it was kind of funny to see that. Um, and then going down to save percentage, Esquito Satoshi has been perfect for Buenos Aires with 100 save percentage. Calvin Ball of CDT with a 93.33 save percentage. And Tokyo SC's Johnny Crying with a 90.91 save percentage. And then William Williams of Schwartzwalder FZ with a 90. See if we can go into the schedule and see some stuff. So far, this is the schedule on the year. Go into the minor league schedule. And then the cup schedule. I don't think the cup schedule has been updated with the new teams. So the academy, I think, has started. It has. Let's see. I'm just kind of floating through some websites, you guys, just to kind of see. You only have to put up with me for 15 more minutes, so I apologize. I want to say these were last season's. No. Nope, this is this season's. So, over on the academy side, Sydney City leading the way with 12 points, 4 games won, 2 games lost, 21 goals for, 16 goals against. Victoria Falls sitting at second with 11 points, 3 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 14 goals for, 9 against. Atletico, 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses, sitting with 10 points and a 5 goal differential point. Port Royal FC, 3 wins, 3 losses, even goal differential, 9 points. PS Jakarta, 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses, as even as you can get through there. 7 goals against, 7 goals for, 13 against, -6 goal differential, 8 points. Ottawa Accra FC, 2 wins, 1 loss, or 2 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, 3 goal differential, 7 points. Stockholm IK, 1 win, 2 draws, 3 losses, -10 goal differential, 5 points. And Istanbul FK, no wins so far, 4 draws, 2 losses, -2 goal differential, 4 points. Kind of where we are with that. They were also talking about saw something interesting yesterday. Talk about top 10 and goal distributions. And kind of what that looked like. I'll kind of pull this up. So all of this started, I'm going to share this. This was done in the SSL chat. If I'm not supposed to share this, you guys, I'm sorry. Ignore my name on there. So these are player stats through season 12 plus. I imagine that these are the leaders of what they've done, and how they've done. I think you can do it based off a team, if I'm not mistaken. So, things didn't really do much. I guess this is kind of the records, if I'm not mistaken. So these are goalies. Average rating, kind of their highest average rating through the season. Minors and majors in there. Player matches, how many they've won through the season. The record is James Asbury and Fernanda Rivas both sitting with 4 players of the matches. With that, clean sheets. João Cancelo of AS Paris with 14 clean sheets through 22 appearances, which is absolutely crazy. Conceded goals per game. João Cancelo on there again with a half of a goal conceded per game. Brickwall Jr. sitting in 7th with 0.4 at 5.7. Conceded the most. Stun Gun of Inter London with 146 conceded in the season. Total saves, Stun Gun Jr. with 208 saves in the season, and that was season 22. Save percentage, Patrick Carrigan has first and second, season 17, season 12, 83 save percentage and 82.8. Kind of going down. XG prevented, season 22, James Asprey with a XG prevented of 16.73. Goalies of all time. The highest match rating of all time is Ren Schwarzenegger. Is that Schwarzer with a 7.309. Players of the matches. Misag Kabiri with 10 player of the matches and 164 matches. Clean sheets. Brick Wall with 49 clean sheets. João Cancelo with a 0.77 conceded per appearance of goals. Conceded most. Kabiri 368 conceded. Kabiri's saves parried 410, and he's going to be total saves with 871 total saves. Save percentage, João Cancelo with 77 save percentage. And XG, James Asprey with a 42.44. Let's go into the players all time as well. Distance run, Trick Johnson with 326 kilometers ran, 326.5 kilometers ran in a season. Goals outside the box to average rating. Vito Hobjenik with a 7.3. Players of the matches, again, 4. Thomas Hahaheim and Vito Hobjenik with 4 each. Goals, Thomas Hohenheim with 15 goals in season 22 and 14 in season 23. Leads the way. Assist, Shanghai Dragons, Vito Hobjenik and Billy Bob, and twice Billy Bob, season 22 and season 23. 7. Let's see. Who's taking the most shots? Thomas Hahaheim is the top 3 in those on Shanghai Dragons. I want to make sure it's just not pulling. It might be pulling Shanghai. It's just pulling Shanghai. My bad. Nah. I'm learning. So yeah, you can go in here. It kind of tells you who's leading your teams all time, season records. Let's see, players all time, Dude Greer with 2,380 kilometers ran in their lifetime. Sounds exhausting. Nico Rashford with a 7.777 average rating. Pete Martell with 21 players of the matches throughout their career. Wang Zhao, 102 goals. Yoma Hashimoto with 71 assists. I can't even get one. 276 shots on target for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. XG. Julian Robio with a 94.61 XG over their lifetime. I'm not going through all of it. I'll scroll through it so you can see them. But it's really cool. It's in the general chat of SSL. So if you're kind of wanting more information. So like if I was wanting to know kind of Leafy Sides, how good Leafy Side is, their records, I can kind of pull it up and see kilometers ran. Alexandra Skovgard leads the way with 319.2. Average rating, Alexander Skovgard with a 7.155, tied with Leandro Dybala with a 7.115. Players of the matches record for them is 3. Leafy Side doesn't have a huge history just because they are a newer team. Let's scroll down to just kind of going through it. Rova, always do Rova. These are Rova's stats. Since I'm on Rova, I'll show Rova. Yeah, so pretty cool. I'm going to start wrapping up here. Anything that you guys are wanting to see on this podcast, if I do it again, let me know. I would love to kind of have, like I said, I'd love to have other people. I think when you're kind of doing it by yourself, it's really hard because you don't have that chance to take a break. You're just talking for a whole hour. it's really rough to do. So it makes it a little bit it makes it harder. So I try to come up with more. I can't say how much I really appreciate how much everybody has welcomed me into this league. It is absolutely fantastic what the SSL is. Coming from the SHL, I was really concerned about how everything would be, how it'd go. But overall, it's been really great. From the draft to the jobs, just being welcomed in is amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough. I'll kind of end. I think the best way to end is let's go into the schedule. Let's see the minor league schedule coming up. I can tell you what games are going to be broadcasted here in a second. Let me pull it up. So minor Division 1 match day will be on Wednesday, I believe. Those games, minor Division 1 match day 5, those games are going to be AS Paris taking on Krugsup FC, CS Rova taking on AF Masquis Stakris, Montreal United taking on FC Capstad. Then you have the Division 2 Match day 5, which will be Athenine FC taking on Inter London, Cairo City taking on Seoul MFC, and Rapid Magyar taking on North Shore United. Those are some really good games. I'll actually be on the broadcast of both of those. So I'm really excited about that. And then you move over to the majors, match day 5, which will be Tuesday. Match day 5 includes games of Leafyside Celtic FC taking on União Sao Paulo, CDT taking on Hollywood FC again, Reykjavik taking on Shanghai. And then over on the Division 2 side, match day 5, you have CA Buenos Aires taking on AC Romana, Schwarzwalder FZ taking on Tokyo SC, and Zaloyu Cosmico taking on CF Cataluna. So some really good games coming up this week. Really excited about kind of getting down to we're coming up on the midpoint of the season, so that's going to be fun. Let's see what other games we may have this week. Let me scroll down. And then Saturday is going to be Minors Division 1 and Division 2 match day. So Tuesday's Major Division 1, Division 2 match day 5s. Those will be broadcasted at 3 and 7. And then you have Minor Division 1 match day 5, Minor Division 2 match day 5, broadcasted at 3 and 7 on Wednesday. And then you have Major Division 1 match day 6, Major Division 2 match day 6, broadcasted Friday. And then Minor Division 1 match day 6, Minor Division 2 match day 6, broadcasted on Saturday, 3 to 7. So that is what's on the books. The next Cup games will be Friday, March 6th at 7 p.m. Those will be the quarterfinal games. Semifinals will take place on March 12th, and then the Cup final will be March 19th. So yeah, we're coming up midway through March. We'll be finished. So we're pretty much halfway done, which is crazy to me. Like I said, I'll be on the calls on Tuesday and Wednesday, so tune in to listen to those. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you tuning in. I sign off every broadcast in the SHL with the same way, and I'm going to do it here. Good night, and I love you. Know that you're loved.